Hello, everybody, and welcome to Get Folked.
Oh yeah. I hope we remember to include the audio track, as in what the soundtrack here is playing on. I hope we remember to include this in the mix, because there was one episode, a couple episodes back, where we forgot to include that. And it was just the two of us breathing heavily.
Heavy breathing,
for
yes,
30
I was
seconds.
told.
Yeah.
Hello,
It wasn't a
hello,
complaint. It wasn't a complaint.
No,
right?
I got some positive feedback about that, actually.
On your breathing. I was told, see a doctor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Get Folked, a casual listening podcast anchored in our love of folk music, but enough slack in the line to bring you into our worlds of Berlin, Limerick, and sometimes beyond. But this time we're in the latter two, the latter two. My name is Andrew.
My name is Edward. We have indeed returned to our respective hobbit holes. So thanks very much for tuning in and joining. Thanks very much to everyone who listened last week. We'll get onto a few notes from last week's episode. But if you want to support the podcast, please do subscribe to us on the Substack website. And that really helps the podcast. You can also leave reviews for the podcast if you want on Apple Podcasts. I'll leave a positive review. That helps us. And you can catch the podcast, as I've mentioned, on Apple Podcasts. You can also catch it on Spotify. You can catch it on YouTube as well. When we post a video episode, which is most episodes, you can see our mine and Andrew's faces and what we're up to, and see Andrew's library of intelligent books behind him.
You have to zoom in. You have to zoom in on that baby. And I don't give it up for free.
You do a better job of your background than I do. But welcome, and thanks for joining us very much.
How are you, Ed?
Good, yeah, very good. Just on last week's podcast.
You mentioned we haven't mentioned that in a long time. You mentioned you want to dive into last week's podcast. So there's a few loose ends that you have. What's the word? Soldered. I don't know. What have you do?
Loose ends. I don't know what to do with loose ends. Kill them, I think, in mafia movies. If it's a mafia movie, you kill the loose end. We've got a few loose ends, and then they're dead. I don't know if that's going to help us in the podcast world.
What program is that where someone's not being clear about what they want the other person to do, and they keep saying things like...
Yeah, I think it was that sketch show from the guys who did Peep Show. Dave,
yes. I need you to take care of a couple of loose ends.
Yeah.
I need you to introduce him to a couple of. I don't know. I don't even have.
Take them for a swim. Or something. Yes, all this kind of innuendo, vague innuendo.
Show them that we mean business.
Yeah. Show those loose ends we mean business. Well, I do.
The last time you told me that, I went out and I told them all about our business, but you meant that I was supposed to kill them. So I need you to be clearer on this.
I had pie charts. I had KPIs. I need to pick up some new fresh KPIs. Business jargon. I have to pick up some new fresh business jargon, because I think I've gone out of touch with business jargon talk.
Well, we weren't in touch for very long either, so it was like you touched. I'd say like we both.
It was more of a passing grope.
With me being groped.
I was groped. I was the one who was groped. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, last week's episode, you might remember this, Andy. During the recording, we put some effort into holding microphones and pointing microphones at our mouths, and then pointing them at the guitar when you were playing, and this and that and the other. And I, in particular, I had a bit of a cough, so I was pointing a microphone away from my mouth. Never had to like clear my throat, or I had to whatever. But unfortunately, the microphones that we were holding weren't doing the recording. It was going in through the Zoom built-in record. We had the microphones plugged into a Zoom recorder, a mobile studio.
Are you sure of that?
100% sure. Yes.
Because it came out as two channels. Anyway, I know we're getting into the magic behind the curtain.
The technical stuff, all the technical stuff. Two channels. Sure, they're not going to know what they're going to be. They're going to be sitting there with their mouths hung open. Listen to that. Okay. That's sort of high end talk.
So the whole microphone thing was just purely because I wasn't even being recorded with no video either. So it was just you and I leaning intimately close to each other.
Well, we did need the headphones. To be
We
fair,
did need the headphones. Yeah, that's true. But if we knew we were just recording on thing, we probably could have done without the headphones and just talked.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Anyway.
So that one thing. So apologies for
a little bit distance. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was maybe a little bit quiet. Not what it could have been, but it was still listenable. So thanks everyone for bearing with it last week. Second thing about last week's episode, just contrary to all of your, well, with the exception of all French people, so contrary to all of your beliefs, ladies and gentlemen listeners, Andy was not singing real French at the start of last week's episode. That was let's politely call it pretend French.
Gotcha, mom. Gotcha. Boom. Did it again, like a fucking Houdini, a regular Houdini over here.
It's not the language of love. Yours is the language of deception. You deceived them. So. But it sounded lovely. I mean, it sounded so. I listened back to it again. I was like, does that sound believable? It actually does sound believable to someone who. Now, some of the people who spoke to me did take French in school, so they should be a little bit ashamed of themselves there.
Does it count that I took French in school also for 7 years? Should I be a little ashamed of myself also?
I took German in school. I lived in Germany, and I couldn't sing a song in German.
I leaned into all my French for that 5 minutes was everything. That's all I had. If I had to go any further, it would have been talking about my time at Slane, which I remember learning off the spiel. I can't remember the spiel now, but I learned off whatever you know, the way when you were going into the oral exam for like whatever language, well, the two languages we had to take, which was Irish and French, and you kind of the conversation had to go in this direction, and no matter what the person that's interviewing you or testing you does, you're going to bring it back to Slane. Just no matter what direction they go, they could ask me about future plans. It's to go to Slane because the last time, what do your family do? They do many things. They don't go to Slane, which is what I did last year.
Do you know my favorite thing about my family is how much we go to Slane together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same thing, and but I couldn't deviate either. I had my kind of spiel learned off. Looking back, I wasn't, before I went into the oral exam, I wasn't as nervous as I should have been. To be fair, I don't know how that happened, but I should have been way more nervous than I was. And I went in and I made a fucking hames of it. I mean,
this is in the Irish, or this was for the German?
German, like. And like, I remember at one stage, again, I was sticking to the spiel, to the script that I'd learned. And that pesky examiner kept on butting in with questions as if she didn't know about my script. And
I'll get to it. Just give me a minute. I really love this.
Like, don't you have an appreciation for the flow of a story, you bitch? Huh? Killing my flow here. But anyway,
Tommy Flohorach. Tommy
Shit, that's Irish.
Ich bin flau.
Jesus. Jesus. But I just remember there was one thing in particular, there was one word which I didn't understand what she was saying, and it was something about key. I didn't understand the word key. I didn't know what the word was, and it was in a room. Like, obviously it was in a room, but the door happened to have a key in the lock of the door. You know, it was one of these rooms in the school that's never used. So I guess
you weren't asked to guess which pocket the key was in, Ed. Is this what?
Put your keys in the bowl on your way into the oral exam.
There's
only two keys.
They're not in that pocket. No, they're not in that pocket.
Have a good root around in there. They might be in the bottom of that pocket. Wait, this pocket has no bottom. Keep going.
Oh, it does.
Keep going.
It does.
It does. That's my bad.
Sorry, go on.
Anyway, she was saying she had to go. She stood up. she went around to the door, she get the key out of the door. I'm sure she broke rules
Oh
here,
no!
and she just held the key up in front of my face, and she said Schlüssel. Key. And I was like, that only helps me like 10%. I still don't know all the other words in the sentence that you're saying.
I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I see what you're doing, but I'm not interested. Okay,
I'm here for my education. Thank you.
I have taken a vow, not so much a vow of celibacy, but I believe the people around me have taken a vow of celibacy. On
Collective vow. It's a self-imposed vow. And what was it? Plus, this isn't the sex education oral. This is the German oral. Okay, so let's stick to the topic. Anyway, that's how I learned.
Can you imagine if you had an oral in all the subjects like that? Because it's just, again, I think we've said this before, but I wish, I don't know if I would have done it any differently, but I wish I had done it differently. And my approach to education was like, I shouldn't be trying to beat this. I should be just trying to learn because this is good.
Embrace
it's good to learn. Embrace it and embrace the time.
Let it wash over you like a nice warm shower.
Exactly. Instead of kind of how do I hack this system to kind of, just learn off enough about slaying that'll somehow convince them that I know French, and then I'll once I get over that hurdle, then I'll sit down and I'll learn the French. But
I'll
now
learn all the French. All the French. Yeah, like instead of a warm shower washing over me, it was more like the euphemism would have been, or the analogy would have been, me sitting on the toilet surviving diarrhea.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But you stand before us, Ed. You stand before us, so you survived it.
Yeah.
Many other
I died on my arse in there, though. But that's not, like I said, so that's why I'm saying I should have been more nervous. I did not anticipate the embarrassment that awaited me, nor the sexual advances. That's not true. That second part is not true. There was no sexual advances, just in case there's any kind of liable issues. That did not happen.
Don't we have to bring those? Someone's on our behalf.
No, because we've just made the joke.
Eddie really opened up last night on the podcast. I think someone needs to talk to him. I think he really went into detail.
Then you're listening like, I don't think you went into a lot of detail, actually. I don't think this man has ever had sex before. Anyway, yes I did, by the way. Twice, at least.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So that, I don't know how we got into that. Oh yeah, the French. So that was it. You were very convincing with your fake French. And possibly very insulting to French listeners. I don't know, but I think it was all good. So well done.
No, listen. Considering it's the highest percentage of listeners in our sphere of podcastees, then I think they get it already. So they understand.
Plus, imitation, highest form of flattery.
Absolutely, and I went for it. I didn't cry about not being able to speak French. Just like many people before me, just I don't know what to say.
Yeah, especially in French.
Makes me sick when people go to another country and don't even have the decency to attempt the language in what they feel it should and sound like. That's
as in like make sounds.
Yeah,
imitation sounds.
Like I go to Poland, I go for it. Yes, klar.
Ah.
Germany, I've been doing
on Polish.
Ja, ich in fact, my French is actually much better than my other languages.
Yeah, your French imitation is much better. That's all those 6 years in school that really stood to you there. Now I think that's so
it actually now that I think of it, yeah, yeah, d'accord.
How was the journey back, Andy? Come here. Did we
not spoken since then?
Not really. We just a few texts here and there, but not major. No. Like, because we left the house before you.
You did.
And I just realized when we left, it was like, we didn't arrange anything. We didn't say anything. Like, make sure give the keys back to this person or make sure this has to be thrown out. We didn't do any of that. So did it all work out?
It all worked out. We got up and the place was lovely. Thanks very much for leaving it in such a high standard of cleanliness.
And
we we just packed up. Got to meet Michel. Sorry, Michel, not Michel.
Is that his name?
Michel, yeah. I
Well,
think it's Michel or Michel. It must be French. Michel.
he's a beautiful smile, doesn't he?
He does. He's got a warm kind of painter artist kind of feel to him, like, someone that just sits there and does his art and kind of wanders. And he mentioned about how he went fishing in Ireland, and
Yes.
no. One strange thing is that he just 9 o'clock he just walked into the house and just started getting ready for the next group. Like, we were still there, just kind of whatever, doing our things, and he just said, "I need to get ready for the next place." So he just walked into the house and started going upstairs and doing his shit. not didn't do his shit, but went up and
God!
so yeah, it was kind of like, all right, we're
So we're out.
so
We're out now.
I guess we're
Our
out.
time is over.
But no, he was very nice, and we got away then, and it was I won't lie, it was a tough trip back. It was a long one. I'd say I got down in 8.5 hours. I think it took close to 11, maybe 11 and a half to come back. A lot of stops, just to kind of you see, I lost like everything, from going from Copenhagen to Berlin. Okay, psychologically, I can't let this my energy levels drop. It's not possible. There's too much of a journey ahead. And then once I was in the car and driving, I hadn't seen my kids or Pauline for ages, so I was kind of catching up with them and just chatting. And the first 4.5 hours of that flew, and then I think it was 8.5 hours altogether on the way down, which is one stop. So I guess it was half an hour stop. So the second 4 hours, the Red Bull, and just the kind of the buzz of knowing that you have a nice weekend ahead of you. So all of that, whereas on the way back, there is nothing but like school work, basically.
Yeah.
That's all that awaits you on the way back. So it's hard to kind of keep the energy levels going. So, but we managed it with a couple of stops, and it was fine.
Well done. Yeah, that's a Trojan drive.
Yeah, but you had a long stop over in Stansted as well. How did that go? Did you manage to find the fun in Stansted Airport?
Oh, Stansted was perfectly fine. It was the drive from France to Luxembourg was the stressful part.
Oh no!
Because we ran into rush hour traffic. This is probably a really boring conversation for people listening, but my God, I was at peak head stress. You've seen me stressed. I was at peak stress now. I have never reached these levels of stress in a very long time. And I came home. I had to put €10 in the swear jar. It's €2 a swear for every time I get caught swearing by the girls. So I put €10 in there. That was all from that car ride.
Very cute when you're at peak rage as well. €2 then. Just another
language. That's what language. Fucking bad. Fucking fart.
So you just literally got stuck in traffic. And that was it. And
there was two breakdowns and one crash on the motorway. There was a crazy storm, a crazy a thunder shower, and that's when the crash happened. I think up
in
ahead,
front of you, or
not in front of us. No, way up ahead, but I think that's when the crash happened, because it just, the emergency services were coming past us. So there was also then just normal traffic, but I think it was kind of a weird morning. But we made it. Like, we just about made it. Like, we got through the security, we got through the duty free area and the queue. We just went straight to the queue to board the area. They were already boarding, like so. So yeah, we just barely it was a lot of trust involved with the car rental company, and they didn't screw me. In fairness, it was all good.
Well, you couldn't do the proper checkout kind of.
Oh, they did. It was fine. It was all fine. They if they'd been assholes, it was Europe car. If they had been assholes, they would have had me completely, because I was sprinting for this flight, and it was, oh God almighty. And me now, I like to arrive on time. I like to have a nice leisurely, just, and everything's grand, It was the opposite of that. And it was the opposite with all of these stress. It was terrible. And couldn't, I had to get petrol or diesel for the car, had to figure out how to get into the car park to drop this thing off, figure out where that was first. Do you know? And I had left loads of time for myself to do that, thinking like the journey is just an hour. It's just an hour's drive from where we're staying to the airport. I had allowed us an hour and 45 for the petrol, for the diesel, for the finding the car park, for all this shit. It took us 2 hours and 20 minutes to get there with the traffic and everything.
Fuck.
Oh man, I was
all right. So that's why then. So it's all relative. So Stansted could have been horrible, but relative to what you had experienced, it was glorious. Because
it was fine. I let the girls play on an escalator for a very long time until a guy told me that I shouldn't be doing that. I was like, oh yeah, it kind of makes sense that they shouldn't really be playing on this. It's kind of dangerous, actually.
You only wished that when you were younger, because you were always told to get off the fucking escalator. So you only like your fucking dream dad. Look at this guy, fucking hero, letting his kids.
Look at this lazy bastard, letting his kids. Found a nice quiet corner of Stansted. It was lovely. It was grand. Stansted's finest. I have no problem with Stansted. But yeah, it's a long old day, And acclimatizing back into, because we were so used to French life. The other thing was we went to the gate for the flight to Shannon from Stansted, and we were just sitting there. And next thing, this guy, we just got this smell, just assaulted the senses. It was a food smell. Like there was nothing, like it was like, I don't know. Do you know if somebody takes vinegar on their chips and you don't like vinegar, it's quite an assault, to your senses,
Yeah. It's like eggs, that, but an egg smell.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No, eggs are fine.
Okay. It is an attack when you're not eating them. Popcorn is also another one that does it as well. If you either love it or hate it.
Come on, nobody hates the smell of popcorn, do they? I've never come across someone like that.
Mary fucking Comfort does.
What?
Mary Comfort. She can't stand
Mary.
She gives out about
popcorn.
All the time. Yeah.
What? Okay. We'll come back to that. We'll park that for a second.
Full episode.
So we were just sitting at the gate, and next thing, this fucking smell, and it was just a smell of like somebody who would put like food, open some food, and it was just chomping away on this stuff. It was like what's the thing where you fry it in a wok, and it's like a. I
was going to say you like I have told you about bringing chicken satay into the cinema,
yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
So maybe that's the comparison we're looking for here, and I don't believe anyone was disappointed with the smell. They're just jealous they didn't have the chicken satay. But when I whipped out those babies,
Andy, trust me, people were very annoyed with you for bringing chicken satay into the cinema.
Horrible. When I think about it, you're just trying to watch a movie and this fucking smell, and you're having popcorn. So it's ruining your popcorn as well because you have to.
Yeah, but when you go into a place expecting no smells or popcorn and you get something so different and so dense, the dense smell of like, I want to say vinegar, but it wasn't vinegar. It was like sweet and sour mixed with vinegar, mixed with some other dressing, and it was just all just coming up. And this guy was just chomping into this thing. And we just had to move away from it. But like all of us at the exact same time, like, Jesus Christ, what is that? But like, it wasn't like smells we'd never come across before. I think it was just more, we were sitting there and we just weren't expecting this or something, or we weren't expecting this stink. But it's just so funny watching your man. He was just so oblivious. He's a really young fella. He was just so oblivious or didn't give a fuck or whatever. And he was just like enjoying his food. And we were all like, you fucking disgusting pig animal, man. But he wasn't a pig animal, man. He was a normal dude, just eating some salad. And then we boarded the airplane. That was that. Saw two people at the gate, two people working at the gate, having a bit of a spat with each other. And you know you're going to get on with an oversized bag when you see the two people at the gate not getting on. Because nobody has each other's back.
Yeah.
So they pulled up these two people for having a bag. It was ginormous bag. It was ridiculous. And one of them kind of asked the other, he was obviously new to the job. He pulled up this couple, and then he was, I think, humming and hawing, and then the other guy kind of butted in and was like, look, it's clearly over the size, will you just, snag him and, let's put the whole bag in the hole and let's get on with it. And then the guy kind of took the hump with that tone. I was like, well, no, I don't know if it is or not now. He started kind of defensive. And then his colleague down was like, look, I could clearly see it's over, whatever. And we were like, just show our passports, let's scooch on through here.
Keep him talking, keep him talking.
Keep talking, yeah. Yeah, that guy's right. Yeah, I agree. And it was great. It was lovely to see. Lovely to see division in the ranks there. Because you can get away with murder there, But that was it. So between that was a lovely experience. Stansted, I liked it, and loads of places to kind of hang out. All the escalator rides you could possibly want until the staff stop you.
And have you climatized? Ireland, has Ireland given you back what it always had? What it still has? It's still raining?
Plenty of green. I don't want to talk about the weather. Please.
Just like
please and thank you.
Since you got back, using your thumb as a gauge.
Mm-hmm.
Rain, less rain, no rain, I guess is
2 thumbs up.
Shit, man.
For all the rain. Now, and luckily we had a bit of a shindig yesterday. There was Holy Communion and Bouncy Castle. And a bit of a meal and a bit of family time and a bit of music being played, and it was lovely. So we got like 8 hours.
Bit of Body of Christ.
Yeah.
How'd she take it?
Well, I think it's a bit of a balls because the first Holy Communion, I think, is you're never going to beat that. You're always going to be chasing that high. Second Communion is not going to be anywhere as good as the first one. You're just going to be constantly disappointed with the rest of the communions.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. It's a life of disappointment, I think. Setting yourself up for fail. But it was a great day. It was lovely hanging out with the family. And we had a bouncy castle. And we had like 8 hours of no rain. And it was perfect. It was the perfect time to have no rain where people could enjoy. It wasn't yesterday, sorry. It was the day before yesterday. And people could... Oh, what day is today? Monday. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was the third thing. Sorry, we're late with the podcast. That was the other thing I had to say about the podcast.
My bad.
Sorry,
everybody. My bad. But by the time, if they're tuning in, they know it's Monday at this point. Or maybe they don't.
Meh. We're recording on Monday. This one's going out a day late. So, apologies to everybody if you're expecting this for your Monday morning drive, because I do know I am a podcast listener myself, and I do know there's comfort in the habitual. So, thanks for your patience. But, the bouncy castle got a lot of use. There's no evidence of me being on the bouncy castle, so that's that. And but there was bouncing on the bouncy castle, and it was very, very fun for people who were on it, but it wasn't me. And lots of food, lots of drink. We ate in a restaurant or pub restaurant called The Bucket, with the spelled D-E, The Bucket.
We're leaning into the South Tip.
Yeah, the Unbelievables.
Whatever, the Unbelievables. Yeah, I was going to say it. Ballyshkanach or something is not the name of the place that the whole thing is based in. What's the name of that program that it was quite famous?
Killinascuddy.
Killinascully. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Podge and Raj and Bally something. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Lovely food, and I'd say I must have pissed everyone off talking about how great the French wedding was, though, because I did that classic thing of like talking. You were in a safe space with me. Like you could do it with us because we had all experienced it with you, taking it out of that safe circle. Yeah,
not advisable.
I made an arse of myself, and the way at the wedding, the French wedding, which was awesome. It was the meal was spread out over like 5 hours or something.
Yeah,
but that's obviously not the way we do it in Ireland. We it's like first course, second course, dessert. In the space of an hour and a half or something.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Let's get this shit. Let's get the pigs at the trough and let's get them out of here. Eat the slop. No, the food is lovely. That's a lie. It was lovely food. It's the pace, I think, And so I was there saying, I was making the unfavorable comparison to the French wedding. I was like, when I was in France, this is the way they did it. So Spanish, blah, blah, blah. And at that point, in fairness, it was the family's fault. They should have slapped me down at that point, but they didn't. They listened politely. But they should have said, "Shut the fuck up." The fucking French. Sacre bleu.
You started leaving your meal. Can you put that back in the kitchen there for just half an hour? And I'm going to get up here and make a little speech and just talk to the people and just.
Where are the games? Where's the quiz? Where's the entertainment between each course? What's going on here? It's ridiculous.
Nice, but you had a good communion. Yes.
Oh, it was a good communion.
Good mass. Did he keep it short?
It was all in Irish. And it was pretty short.
Jesus. Irish mass.
Irish mass.
Does that mean this is a stupid question now? But I guess it's an Irish-speaking priest.
Well, Jesus spoke Irish. They are an Irisher.
That is true. I was actually discussing this recently with someone about.
Really?
No, not about this, but in the Folkberg group I'm in here in Berlin, where I generally get a lot of my kind of gigs that I go to, especially the ones that are kind of based in Eastern European music. There's actually a gig coming up this Saturday. I really think I'll go to. It's Madagascar music. Folk music from Madagascar.
All I can picture are lemurs dancing and singing.
And just I'm very intrigued by what it's going to be, so I might go to it. But someone posted in the group. Now the group is like, it's Eastern European, mostly. Like, there's a lot of Turkish and, like, I don't know. You've heard me talk about the podcast. Armenian folk music, Belarusian folk music, kind of that area. But everyone's quite liberal in the group as well. There's been a couple of times where someone has posted something about like a support for kind of maybe something to do with Gaza or something like that, and it kind of gets nipped in the bud quite quick. Not because but I would say 90% of the people on it are probably kind of that way leaning, but they try to keep this kind of politics out of the chat group and nip it in the bud very quickly.
Apolitical, so kind of a situation.
Yeah. Just try to say this group is a group for understanding and love for all people, yada yada yada.
All that bullshit.
Yeah. All that fucking bullshit. But someone posted that sometimes they post like job offers and things like that, or stuff that's coming up, like people that we need a nude player for this. We need someone that can.
What?
Does anyone have an oud player?
A nude player. I thought you said a nude player. We need a nude player. A nude player to play the bass.
I posted that. It wasn't for a gig. I just wanted them to come.
I need a nude player to play with this, and there's a picture of you holding your John Thomas.
But someone
that got through the filter though. That got through all the sense.
Seems okay with me.
They shot down all the political stuff, but Andy, soliciting people to play with his willy. That's perfect.
But
it's not politics. It's not political. This group,
tune that up. Tune that up. Is that all tune?
Oh, it's a low G from the looks
of it. So. Someone posted in the group, hi everyone, looking for
are you going to pronounce it differently this time? I was wondering. That's all. I'm just anticipating
hi everyone, like whatever, just hi everyone, we have a gig coming up for some sort of embassy, blah blah blah, and I'm looking for someone who can sing both the Azerbaijan and German national anthems.
Holy shit.
I don't know if it had to be the same person or anything like that. No, it's happened. It's like I've been in the group for about 2-3 years, like, and now and again a thing kicks off. And when I read that, I was like, oh, this group, definitely someone's going to have a comment about national anthems. Like, it's just like,
okay.
It's just a whatever, a light to a moth, something, blue light to a flame, whatever that phrase is. Blue arse to a fly. So it's
blue bottle to my arse. That's what it is.
So and lo and behold, anyway, someone reposted the only national anthem I know is this, and I didn't even click on the link, but I assume it was some sort of just liberal, we shall overcome kind of. Again, whatever. Like, it's just like you click on the like, hit me baby one more time. My loneliness is killing me. I think that would make an excellent. Imagine a whole stadium full of people.
Oh yeah, singing it really seriously.
When I'm not with you, I lose my mind.
I
Give
think
me a
I
sign.
think I have another contender, the Spice Girls. Zig a Zig Ah. If you want to
Yeah.
be my lover, that would be a good national anthem as well, I think.
If
I'll
you
tell you what I
want.
want. What
Oh,
I really
sorry,
want
that's the
is
start
that.
of it. So I'll tell you what I want. But anyways, we've tried to folk up a couple of those pop songs successfully, may I add. But anyway, so yeah, so it did kick off then, and people started backing and forth and stuff like that. And that's the point I was getting to was Irish learning. You're Irish speaking priest, and
Mm,
we got talking to someone about, well, you learned the Irish national anthem, didn't you? And I kind of was like, I don't think I ever learned. Like, there certainly was a moment in primary school where we were taught it, but
mm.
I certainly don't think I ever learned the thing off. It's just from going to games, and so like if you really zero in on going, okay, I'm going to sing the national anthem the same way I do for a hurling match, and I can get.
Huh?
I would say, it's like you said about the song. 80% is good, but the 20% really that's
Wow.
that's the
That's
bottom.
very that's a very good percentage on your part, because if
Do you think
somebody
so?
asked me that, I'd be like, I can hum the shit out of it for you, but that's about as far as I can go with the national anthem. I
and
really don't know it. And I'm not saying
and
that didn't
yeah,
I just never learned it. I don't
and
know.
understanding
It's
it as well.
not
So
for any reason.
I can say I can get a lot of words in, understand none of them. Oh no, and that was the thing. Oh sorry, the reason the conversation was not. I sidetracked us there into my folkberg thing for a different reason. The point I was trying to make, I was talking to someone about times tables actually.
About what?
Boring. This is actually going to get into education. But it's like I was talking to someone about teaching kids the times tables. I was like trying to
Oh,
tell them that
okay.
there is 0 point in trying to teach someone to rote learn the times tables when they don't
Okay.
understand what all of it means. And I
Mm-hmm.
was using the example of me trying to learn an Irish song back in the day when we first came to Berlin, and how difficult it was to learn Pucker Willa, because I can't associate anything with the song to anything. It's just like learning off flar flim flim flam flu gabadee da. Like, it's just I'm learning off sounds for
Mm.
absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Well, no, there is a reason. I just again, like if the song was about sleighing, I could sing a song about sleighing, no problem at
Mm.
all, and get really deep into that
Yeah,
sleighing where
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you two already did that. That's the song. Anyway, sorry. Um,
I had
yeah.
a friend that got kicked out of that sleighing concert actually
Go
for
away.
doing one of the people pyramids. Yeah.
Oh
Even
my
though they were
god.
happening all over the place. Yeah, they grabbed him and he went to
How?
level. He was on the level 2 part, and they grabbed him and they threw him out. We
Oh,
went
that's a
out
bit
with him,
harsh.
and we somehow got him another ticket outside. And that's slaying like that U2 ones. Remember that tickets were fucking insane. They had to do a second one. You couldn't
Yeah,
get tickets for it. It was the one where Red Hot Chili Peppers were supporting. It
I
was
do.
yeah.
Coldplay.
Anyways, I got to talk about you. Look, see, no matter what happens, I'll start. If I start switching languages without knowing it, right? Okay, at any
Multilingual
moment, just
conversation about slaying. That's what our listeners want to hear in French. But
d'accord,
sugar.
d'accord.
I was going to say something to you there now. The national anthem. Beckett. It's
No,
gone
so
now.
anyways, you have an Irish priest, and that kind of amazes me that there
Mm.
is because I do believe the priesthood is struggling a little bit
Oh, big time,
for their
big time.
numbers and
What
for
do you,
the leaders.
put a couple of
S-
notes on the priest. He was a young fella. He was only 35 or something, and it was his first mass in Irish. He was singing it because the school is a Gael school. It's an Irish school, so that was the first thing. So it's not a norm. It's not the norm, I think, for him. And second thing, very weird calling. Because I walked. He stood at the door as everyone was walking out, and I said, oh yeah, hello, father. And it just feels really weird saying that to a guy younger than you. So weird.
You have
And
to be like,
also he's considerably smaller than me. Now that is not, there's nothing unusual about that. There's plenty of people who are, I'm quite tall, I suppose, but it was weird. The combo was very weird.
you didn't want to go like try what our old horrendously evil workmate used to call them as padre. Yes, Padre. No, Padre.
That would have been cooler, all right, but no, no, and we're not. Yeah, we're not allowed to say his name, right? That's what we we're afraid he'll appear if we say his name. So yeah, he was just yeah. That's a former work colleague of myself and Andy's.
Evil man.
I think he was
Evilest
evil.
man.
I think we've come across an evil person. I think he was possibly evil.
Yes,
One of the few evil people I met.
Absolutely.
Anyway, but the priest seemed like a nice guy. But like that, did the whole thing in Irish, and
so he wasn't like he wasn't like going into the oral nervous Irish.
No, he didn't talk about slaying. Slaying didn't come up in the mass. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, no, that was it. I remember
summer holidays plans.
The beach. You're on Traw.
Tá lán díine is teach mo clown. Tá gá
People are inside my family. Let's stop now. Let's just stop now.
See, I'm not afraid to go for it. I'm not afraid to go for it. Okay? D'accord. Je d'accord.
But what was I going to say? No, yeah. So we were we were at the wedding, and did we not? Was there not a moment where, like, there was? I'll speak for myself. I kind of feel pangs of shame that I can't speak Irish. To be honest with you, especially when I'm abroad. And didn't you get into a conversation where you had to kind of make a kind of a faux defense of Irish? Or
I didn't have to make a defense. I had to confirm that it was real.
Okay.
Like many people that find out. Actually, cycling back from Berlin today, cycled past hurling training. Never saw it there before. In a random kind of field near me. Anyway, there was a discussion about Ireland having its own language, and then see, I'm quietly confident when I have Pauline beside me. I feel like, and as can you be. We have two, like, I guess both of them would maybe knock themselves in terms of like, I'm not that good in Irish, but like, fuck off, you're better than us, and you can convince. You would not convince. You can speak Irish, and so when I have that kind of backing behind me, I'm a little kind of looser with my tongue.
Yeah.
And I was also just I wasn't in the kind of, we never got to the can you say a few things in Irish. It was more they were in wonder and awe of us having a language. So I kind of leaned into that and talked about the Scots a little bit, and
what did you say about Scots?
Hit the British for trying to crush it and knock it out, but we stood strong and maintained our values, and
we didn't so much.
We leaned into the sporting. Like, we all had our part to play in the revolution. Okay. Everyone has a part to play in the revolution. I think that's a line from a song, isn't it? There's the something of the revolution. Anyway, what is that? That's from Stone Roses, isn't it? Or no? Primal Scream. No?
I don't
know. The revolution is something. Anyway, we leaned into the sport, Ed. Some people leaned into the music, and some people leaned into the language. Some people, God bless them, could do all three. But I think we did enough.
So you don't feel any kind of urge to, like, God, I'd love to be able to speak a bit of it. No, I'm feeling that a little bit, to be honest with you.
I don't have that at all now, but I don't live in Ireland, and I kind of, after teaching for 1 year in the glorious parish of Lura and having to teach Irish to those children. Now, don't get me wrong, I think I did a fine job, and I would love to meet all the kids I taught one day. They're all, God, what my age must they be now? They're all in their late 20s now at this stage.
What?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
None of them, zero, learned Irish from me. I taught Irish, and I had 2 people in the class who had parents who were Irish teachers. And I had to just stay a lesson ahead of them all the time, which was tough going.
Well, I'd say they probably learned a bit, so no.
I wish I could have been more honest about it, like, because I would be with other subjects with kids, but like in Ireland, you have to teach. You can't become a teacher, which is a whole other fucking stupidity thing that I think completely hamstrings us in terms of just having our kids exposed to kind of different kinds of teachers. However, anyway, so it wasn't something I could
Just
bring up.
because you can't fucking speak the language, Andy, don't fucking,
Exactly
don't be
that.
do you know what I mean?
Well, there you're all missing out on a fucking great teacher. Like fucking, I could be. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's like, so I couldn't lean into it. Now I did enjoy teaching religion, and I didn't go on about my kind of lack of knowledge in that. I kind of, because I feel like I can freestyle that a little bit, because
definitely.
that's all freestyle.
I think it's mostly freestyle anyway. Yeah.
So that was fun. I did enjoy giving an old sermon from the pulpit, from the altar of the church, coming towards it. It wasn't a sermon, but I did have to make a speech.
Okay.
About just the future. So it was
powerful, I'd say.
It felt good. It felt good. I felt a bit guilty because like I didn't have much respect for any of it, but at the same, no, that's not true. I have total respect for the when I'm there, and that U-turn. Just stop talking about this. Don't know my demographic. I know.
All hardcore right.
Mammy is
Catholics.
listening. Mammy. I have been. In fairness, I have been leaning into, like, we had last Thursday off because it was Ascension Thursday. It was last Thursday, I believe.
Okay.
So so I'm.
That's
all
when
about
Mary
the ascension.
went. Is that when Mary went up, or is that when Jesus?
I believe that's when Jesus finally, like, he was out of the tomb, but he headed on up. But then
he hung around for a while, didn't he?
He did, and then there's Pentecost. Oh yeah, next, and we're off next Monday and Tuesday as well, because the Holy Spirit's going to come down and have the crack and visit the. So, like, don't get me wrong, I can get into these holidays, especially when they mean days off for me at work.
Yeah,
I can fully embrace Jesus.
Pray the Lord. Pray the Lord.
Oh, that Spirit coming down on me. I don't.
Now, in fairness, that is one thing. You see some of those sermons in the States, like in Bible Belt country, and they're all singing and they're all jumping around the place. That looks class. I would high energy stuff.
Yeah, frightening, but interesting. I wouldn't say class. I would say interesting. I really want. I do. It's
the singing.
It would be a nice. It's a bucket list thing to kind of just wander the Bible Belt. I don't need to road trip it, but I'd like to. I'd love to dip my toe in a little bit somewhere along the way, but yeah, not sure I want to do that actually these days. But watched Mighty Ducks 2 last night with my boys. The second half of it. It's amazing how behind America we were back in the 90s, and now it's like, when you watch it again, it's like the evil guys are Iceland, and I'm like, Iceland? They're the evil ones in this movie. How the fuck did we get Iceland? Like, they're the monsters. Like, they're fucking horrendous in this fucking. Like, the guy is just like, crush them, destroy, rip their fucking skulls off. And fucking, what's his name? Fucking
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez is like, guys, we just need to quack. We just need to quack together, and it'll be fine. I remember.
Hearts out.
Yeah. What did he say at one stage? He was given the big halftime speech, like they were 4-1 down in the final. They came back and won it on penalties. I'm going to fucking ruin it. Spoiler alert, everyone. No spoiler alert.
God damn it. I was just about to watch the Mighty Ducks 2.
They came back, but they were 4-1 down at halftime. And he was like, just like, we've forgotten who we are. We've forgotten.
We're ducks.
This is like this. And he's like, who are you? And he talks to this. I'm Marvin Ray from Wisconsin, Minnesota. And who are you? I'm Jeffrey Bogart from fucking San Jose, Los Angeles. And they start going around the room and they start remembering.
It'd be funny if someone were had notorious serial killer names. Jeffrey Dahmer. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm a quiet boy from Minnesota. I do like the taste of flesh, though. That might be a worry. Something like that. Sorry.
Yeah. And they were all going around, and they were sort of going around the room, inspiring speech, and everyone's going around. But then he said the line.
I'm Hannibal Lecter. Jeffrey Dahmer. Pass it, Hannibal Lecter. Fucking scored a, sorry.
But then Emilio Estevez goes, and I know this is leaning into a previous episode. Yeah, we're not some bunch of goons from Iceland. And I was immediately going, oh, look at you! No, you have no idea what these kids are up to in the privacy of their own homes. The goons. Because you don't hear goons enough anymore. Like, goon is not a word that was ever really used. But now that it's in my sphere, I can't let it go with it. When I hear it, I'm like, goons.
Yeah.
Goonies.
It's made its way back to me at work, actually. So I went in talking to somebody about it at work. Remember I said that, and I was surprised at one of my colleagues.
Like, so,
and now people have come back to me. Yes, no, they've come back and said, God, I was talking to he was telling about this thing gooning. I was like, oh, that's after coming spreading. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing.
I think we've caused this.
You know, an upsurge in European gooning.
But it was just fizzling out nicely, and then it's just like, well, we catch a lot of heat on this podcast, so like it's
very
you got to be careful.
One, actually. Yeah. Didn't Parks and Recreation make a joke about the Mighty Ducks? So they were trying to play. They have this thing, the Model United Nations, where they'll have all these kids come together from different schools, and it's like a game or something like that, and they can each pick a country, and they're offering Andy, all these countries, and one of them was Iceland. He goes, the bad guys in Mighty Ducks 2, I don't think so. And then they offer him another. Goes, the bad guys in Mighty Ducks 1, I don't think so. And then they give another one. It's Mighty Ducks again or something like that. And he goes, I'm going to be Germany. They've never been the bad guys.
It's funny that they never actually put them down. Iceland, couldn't believe it. Just like
weird.
The whole show. It's I don't know. It's quite enjoyable, but it is funny watching. Like to be honest with you, I get better crack watching the lads watching it because they get so into it and they're so like.
Do they?
Oh God, they're very like you can see the fucking the passion when the Mighty Ducks score. Like they're like that's like they're watching a real game. But I can remember myself kind of enjoying those games or those movies as well, and you kind of have this kind of we can do it moments, real American kind of like there's no hope, but we can still do it. Never stop believing.
Yeah,
and
I it's like I remember my dad watching a match from the 70s on Tina G, and getting really like, oh, that's fucking no, getting frustrated with some bad play or something like that. I'm like, this happened in Tina G were running this again in 2008 or something like that, and it's a match from 1974 or something. So when the passion is there, it's there. It's just
stop. I've been there as well with my own dad. It's funny when you're watching it because you have. It's all them. It's like you don't have a say in anything because you weren't around. So it's like they have full control of the commentary, of the backing, the backgrounds of these players. He was a bollocks. He ended up an alcoholic. You get everything.
He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Died in a terrible car crash. Fucking terrible. Terrible car crash. It's usually all the fucking bad things.
But the nostalgia, there's a serious pull with movies and nostalgia. I watched a movie last night, The Hunt for Red October, and it's like a real warm, fuzzy blanket that you can wrap around yourself. A good nostalgic movie from the 90s. I think it was made in the 90s, but like it was set in the 80s because the Cold War was still depicted. Sean Connery, Alec Baldwin played Jack Ryan. I think it was the only time he played Jack Ryan, and it was like this really.
Why do you say the only time? Who's Jack Ryan?
Jack Ryan is quite a famous character created by that author. I can't remember, but he's been depicted several times with several different
James
people.
Patterson
Ben Affleck,
or something like that.
Harrison Ford. No, Ben Affleck, Harrison Ford. I know most recently.
Really? So it's a James Bond type character.
Kind of, yeah, but he works for the CIA. But that, it was really like early 90s American heyday. They'd won the Cold War, in inverted commas, and Russia could be depicted whatever way they wanted it to be depicted. All the while in Russia, it's like one of the most traumatic times in Russian history, I suppose. But like, these movies were really like, even now I'll watch them and go like, oh, it's like a nice little. Like I said,
I know that's how the Mighty Ducks felt as well. It was nice. Do you remember the Mighty Ducks much? The Bash Brothers. There was these two guys who were like, who just like and fucking Seamus loved them. I was really intrigued to watch him and what he was like. And I was like, oh God, that's who you want to be. Maybe I wanted to be that too. I don't know.
Yeah, but they turn out to be good. No, they're the good guys, right?
They are, yeah. Well, they all end up. There's like they have a moment where the Bash brothers come on and start beating up Iceland, and then there's one kid that they steal off like the American like ice dancing. What do you call it? What's the word for ice?
Figure
dance?
skating.
Figure skating. They poach him, like, so he's really good at figure skating, but like, so they get him on the ice hockey team, and he ends up doing something Bash, becomes a third Bash brother, and like that's the whole thing, is that it's becoming a circus, and that's what Emilio has to rein him in. It's like, guys, this is not who you are. They might act like assholes over there and think this and treat the place like a circus, but we're better than that. Who are you? No, who are you? Who are you?
Osama bin Laden. Thanks for letting me play on this hockey team.
I love the hockey.
Mighty Ducks.
the Mighty Ducks.
Anyways, but I remember the first one where Emilio Estevez had to do it as part of some punishment for a crime he committed or something else, community service. The Ducks were like this group of misfits, and he molds them into a winning ice hockey team. Quack.
Yeah, he's basically a really fucked up lawyer who uses loopholes to gain an advantage in cases, and I think he did it to the wrong person. We watched it recently enough. Yeah, but dip back in there. It is that warm blanket feeling. Obviously we have about 3 minutes left, and I should not have left this till the very end, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was out on Saturday night. Any gigs coming up actually for you? Before I go on further.
No gigs really.
Okay. I'm going to the Harp tomorrow night. Did you know there's a pub called the Harp in Iranian-Platz, which I never knew. And there's a session on there tomorrow night that I'm going to go to. I never knew there was an Irish bar very close to me.
No, I didn't know.
So I'm going to go and check it out and see what kind of Irish bar it is. I'm skeptical, but we'll see, because there's a trad session on there tomorrow night. So I'll go and have a listen to that. And Saturday night, I went to, remember on May Day, I told you I was in some DJs and I thought they were really excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to play some clips for it. I don't have any clips, but it's from a label. So all of the DJs that I heard are from a label called Distant Gaze, and they had a label party, a 3-year anniversary party on Saturday night. They had it in a place that we have been to before, right next to Renata. So we went once. We've gone to Renata, but we went to a place once right beside Renata because we just didn't want to queue and we wanted somewhere to go clubbing. And it was on in there, and it was a really nice night. It's the club, or the people are called, or the label is called Distant Gaze. You can look them up on SoundCloud. They have stuff up on SoundCloud, and you can look at all the DJs that are there as well. There was a guy called Klauser who was DJing there. Sestrisha. You can kind of look up a lot, kind of very like a couple from Germany, Spanish, Russian, but really nice group of people, really nice DJs. It was funny to be out kind of. I just went out with a friend of ours, and it was out till about it's unusual. It was a go out at 10 o'clock night, not get home till 3 o'clock night.
So I think that's a normal clubbing night though for most clubbing people.
No, well, it was actually only kicking off when I was leaving, but I just didn't have the stamina to keep going for any longer. But well worth it. And those of you that are into your techno music, I'm going to say that name again. The label is called Distant Gaze, and if you just look that up, you can find them on Bandcamp and listen to some of the sounds. I know we have a few people that are into their techno sounds, and but that's it.
Techno sounds.
So that's about it.
Sounds nice. Well done.
Session tomorrow night. I'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Thanks very much for humoring my my Monday night call. Apologies to all you workers who have basically just ruined your week. I hope this managed to pick it up, and we'll be back next week with some more funs and frolics.
Bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Have a nice week. This has been Get Folked. Should have said something like, you just got folked.
Or like I should have said something like, play us out, Andy.
Play us
Then
out.
you hit the
Yeah.
button. Next week.
Next week.
Next week. Put in the show notes. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be a good week. Stop raining.
30 degrees in Berlin on Sunday.
Fuck off.